Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Jonathan here. We got some NASCAR news to talk about, and potentially this has to do with the lawsuit and stuff. Now, NASCAR has made a change in the rule books about open cars and how they are able to be in the race. So, uh, this comes from Jeff Clark that this is an interesting rule book update. NASCAR has a new policy where it can limit the number of entries to 40. That means entry list can only be 40. Okay. Then other new rules where a top open car in owner points could get those spots. And what that basically means is, okay, that 2311, this prevents 2311 front row to miss any races for the rest of the season. And they did this on purpose. Okay, so here's parts of the rule book stuff stating that other than charter teams, for anything for entries solely discreet for NASCAR. NASCAR is also solely discretion may elect to limit the number of entries for races to 40, which again they're doing this in spite of the drama that's going on in the lawsuit. Of course, there's more read here. Just basically saying that each charter teams are eligible for race and will be assigned one of the available 40 spots. 4 teams will be eligible for starting grid positions based on the fastest lap, single post in each open team's vehicle. Blah blah blah. It's the same stuff. Same thing. Now the thing about the exempt provisional, basically a special spot for 41st, is still there. It's just they have to still do the what I think it's it 90 days ahead of time. But look, here's the reason why for all this. They're trying to basically make a case for themselves for the courts, basically saying, hey, listen, see, we're giving them the positions. We're not trying to keep them out of the racing. How 23 in front row would take this as is they're doing this on purpose just to make them look good. In reality, they're still what we feel like they are, is a monopoly team, in which, if you think about it, the definition of monopoly is that they control everything that they do. Either, even though yes, this is in the favor of the team, they're doing it because they're trying to save face. That's why they're doing it, right? It's not because of the we gotta make sure that these guys stay in. We're not trying to be harmful to them. No, it's just for them to look good in front of the courts. Now, I'm hoping the judge sees right through this 100% and says, all right, I see what you were doing there. Like, that was dumb, right? You're trying to do that just so it makes you look good. And I'm sorry, I see it. I think pretty much everyone sees this, what they're doing. It's just trying to save face. They're just making sure that they don't look bad in front of the courts, thinking, they're trying to keep him out and never. But they're doing it for bad reasons. All right, and I'm sorry, this is petty on their part for NASCAR. Like, they shouldn't be doing this. And look, not that I want front row and 2311 teams to miss races, but you're doing this kind of leads into what the teams want at the end of all this, is that you are changing stuff for the benefits of you, not really the teams. And I know that sounds like it's for the teams, in which technically, yes, it is. But they're doing it so they look good in front of the courts. And whoever this judge is, I forgot who the judge is actually running the whole shebang thing, the main lawsuit, not this injunction stuff, but the main lawsuit, okay, sees right through this, sees through the whole damn thing, and realize, wow, you are bad, right? And another one thing I think a lot of people don't know, and even including I don't know, is that what does the teams actually want from this? They want to win, but what is the benefit? Like, what do you want? Because there's never been like a clear statement from Front Row in 2311. Like, what do you want from this? And the main, I feel like, and if I was the teams, is that you just want the fair shake of everything that happens. One, money. Yes, I know that's the easiest thing to go after is money. But yes, they do feel like they're getting a raw deal with a lot of these things, and not only that, but we don't even know exactly how much NASCAR spends every year or makes a year. I mean, they just got a $7.7 billion contract for all the TV people. Okay, now some were less than others, obviously, but they're getting, well, let's be very clear, that money gets spread, yes, but each year they get $1.1 billion for the 7 years. Okay, now yes, that gets divided up in tracks. Which, by the way, they own majority of the tracks too. Okay, so it's not like it's really going anywhere. Supposedly it goes to the racetracks, but do we know that that money's going to the racetracks? I don't know. I truly don't know. Now, yes, then some of that other money goes to SMI, okay, and then the rest goes to the teams. But from what I'm understanding is that the teams get so little of it, they feel like that they just can't. There's no ways to self-sustain. Now, I know this probably has no reference, and maybe this, because it is Xfinity Series, it maybe it has nothing to do with how much NASCAR spends and versus Xfinity teams and whatever. But our Motorsports, it had shut down after this weekend's race at Dover, and I'm not saying it has to do anything with this in particular, but you don't want teams to leave. And every time you see something that, we're in a financial strain, we have to cut down, reduce, do you really want to go back to seeing starting parks again? And from what I understand, NASCAR really doesn't want that to even happen, period. And this is why the charter system was kind of developed in that reason, right? Because you're hoping that the money keeps them wanting to go. And what sucks is the charter money is getting ridiculously bad. And what I mean by that, it's so expensive now. I mean, Dale Jr. was like, oh, maybe this is a good shot for me to get in. But now I think they're up to almost $40 million or something like that, maybe close to 50 for a charter. So, basically what they're saying is, well, the heck with this. Instead of selling just a charter, I'm better off selling my whole team. Sell the whole team plus the charters. I'm pretty damn rich. That's pretty much what Chip Ganassi did. He realized, like, well, except just selling my charters, I'm gonna just sell the whole team. I'm gonna make out plenty of money. And of course, he's got his IndyCar series, so he's not really worried about that. And then IMSA. So it was like a no-brainer for him. It's getting so bad that I really wish there was a way that a judge could come in and say, you know what, I'm gonna look at everything. I'm not just talking about the teams. I'm not talking about just NASCAR. I'm looking at the whole shebang. I want to know exactly how much you're spending. The teams are NASCAR, tracks. I want to know everything because I got to know exactly if whoever I'm going to side with, that at the end of all this, it doesn't just go to crap anyway. Because it sounds like to me, and really, I mean, I hope a judge even somehow can order this. I don't know how I can do that. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. But there was a threat, like, if for some reason the teams do win this all-around lawsuit, that they were just going to get rid of the charters anyways. And I'm like, you're going to be that petty that you're going to do that? it's just I don't understand a lot of why. One, why can NASCAR just be a little more fair, just in general? I mean, are you that money hungry that you're just willing to sacrifice some teams to what, just to be right? I don't know. And before I get comments on, oh, they're, political woke, but I don't want to hear it. All right, this has nothing to do with that. That are they be unfair? Yes, I 100% believe that NASCAR is being unfair about this. I feel like though the teams are not 100% innocent of all this, sometimes they're guilty of how much they spend too. I feel like they're still not getting the right amount of money they should probably be getting. And that comments though is starting to slowly get better. It's still not the greatest, and they still got to get a fair shake. And I'm sorry, but if I see anything that says NASCAR is making, like, I don't know, maybe 10 times more than what every owner out there is making, then it's time to spread the wealth. And before they go, oh, if we do that, we're going to go bankrupt, that's a bunch of BS, and they know it. And as like the teams say, it's like you just got a $7.7 billion contract through TV, and yet you're screaming that you don't have no money. Well, that's on you if you don't have any money because you're not spending it right, or putting it in the right areas, or maybe you're pocketing it for your own self and you can care less about the sport. I just hope it turns into being something positive comes out of this. I don't feel like it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a complete shit show when it comes to the whole sports thing and whatever happens at the end. But it's just not going to. It's not gonna be good. It's already nasty as it is, and really, who wins? Great, maybe the teams win, but then we lose, right? Because I feel like out of all this, the people are losing out of all this is the fans. And when I say that, it's because what does NASCAR do to retaliate if they lose? Now, if they win, whatever, right? They just go on the merry way and keep doing what they're doing, which fans still lose anyways on that. But if the teams win, what does NASCAR do to retaliate? Do they get rid of all the charters just because, despite of it? Do they? I mean, if I really hope that somehow a judge orders that once these are established, they cannot be taken away under any regards or anything like that. I don't know how that, if if the judge can do that or not. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not part of the court stuff, but it's gonna get bad. And this right here, what you're seeing right here, is just more proof that they're trying to save face and they're trying to make it look like they're the good people. In reality, probably they're more the bad person out of all this. Again, I'm not saying 2311 in front row are innocent in anything they do, because they're playing tit for tat as well. And I feel like sometimes teams need to learn how to spend money in a good way as well. I mean, we've been talking about, as a fan, about how racing is, and we're down to 20 minutes of practice, of qualifying, and we race. The weekends are shrunk down to a weekend where they're spending millions upon millions of dollars in simulation when they probably could spend only maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars at the racetrack versus millions in a sim. I feel like the sport is going in the wrong direction when it comes to how they finance, how they do things. What was old can be new again, as I always say, if you do it the right way. What worked in the past can still work today, but it's got to be modified. Of course, everything has to be modified because it has to be come up with the times. But it doesn't mean it's dead. And I think financially, what they used to do in the early 2000s can can work again in the 2020s if you do it, in a proper way. It's just it's frustrating, very very frustrating to see. But anyways, let me know in the comments what you think about this rule change, and what do you think about the whole thing and what's going on. All the court stuff. Let me know in the comments below. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button if you're new to this channel and want to see more NASCAR news and NASCAR content. Consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you for the next one.